Okay, so I'm going to delay 8-12 score, not that it really matters. Okay, doesn't want to play the longer game. Oops. Immediately didn't even give me a chance to offer anything. No, that's AI, literally saying in the title that's an AI player. Tomato.
Start to play.
Okay, one of those. Oh, I should also close a couple of windows now, here and this one, so I don't get distracted by Tsumego. Also answer in chat. I mean, of course, if I want to play really, really, really boring, I should not play this enclosure. But come on. Gotta have at least a little bit of spunk. I could push and cut, but again, let's not. Just defending my stone. Okay, that's not center, especially now that white already spent a move outside to be stronger. So we can just approach here. He does insist. Cut there. If I cut, white could play here. Okay, so let's play the calm option. If, however, white does not fix the cut immediately, then I will cut, because that cut is senti. And senti cuts are controlled aggression. Okay. Maybe this way, so that this is actually an option. If I play here, this one is a problem. If I play here, not so much. Now there is some threat with this Hane here, and if white does cut, then you can just extend here. Well, I guess you can only capture the 2 stones and hurt this, so probably not too early to do this. Could be a good test, though. Anyway, white now has multiple units. White should care for one of them. But let's say white does not. Yeah, I think, again, d8 is, if you saw the stream 2 days ago? Oh, what the fuck is that? That is interesting. Huh. Ooh, okay. I did not expect this. Holy crap. Interesting. What is happening here? See, I don't need to make it interesting. It's my opponents will make it interesting even if I try to play boring. Yeah, because if you had given me like 20 moves to guess, I wouldn't have guessed this one. Maybe B3 is a move I would have considered, but B2? Okay, so if I now counter at E4 and they cut, and I just extend, do have a few liberty issues there. Hmm. Let's see again. I cut, they play this. I extend. I extend. He has 4 liberties on top. You could play the Atari and connect under. Then I block. And I do have some liberties inside. Phew. Okay, he doesn't dare to cut. That's already not the best sign because now this one is not, well, it is kind of sent. But if you play this, I play this. If you play this and connect, so I connect here, right? Because now I don't want him to be able to cut here. I don't, because the extent would have been nice. So I connect, and now white still has to fix this shape somewhat. Okay. Okay, so I could just defend in the corner. That's one option. But I can also play the cut here. And that threatens either extend and then push and cut. I think the cut here is mandatory. Actually, no, I shouldn't push. I shouldn't play here. I should, like, let's say white played something here. I can play here. That threatens outside here. Okay, so he does protect there, or he does protect these. Hmm. So I guess what I could do first is I could play here, threatening to cut here, or do I want to have this one threatening to cut off the two stones? If I were to push, if I were to push at e5 and he just extends and I push again and he blocks and I cut, then the cut threatens to just capture these and then I could extend. But then the question is my corner okay? Because of the b3 archie still being there. On the other hand, if white ever were to play b3, I still have the option to play d2 and center. I know it says I want to play boring, but I also don't want to play passive, right? If the opponent, I still need to have a killer instinct. The boring is more about if I have a choice between a clearly equal choice, boring or not boring, or where boring might just be the better choice even, then I should pick this. But if the exciting option is clearly better, I need to pick that one. It has to be clearly better though, so if I can get out of this incentive, push. Again, I will push, extend, push, block here, this, extend. The thing is then this one is actually Sente for the outside. Okay, so I think this is the choice to be made here. Just because it's essentially Sente to cut here. Is that if I play this one? Oh, he can't. No, he can net this one then. Hmm. So maybe we extend here first, prevent the net, threaten to surround this. And then I can also extend here and extend here again and counter this to some extent. Or we just extend. And then if the net, I can push here. There's no way here, huh? The question is though, do I allow... Okay, if I play here, he can capture this one. If I play here, he can capture this one. Which one? And thank you for the follow. Let me refresh my activity feed. Mariam, thank you for the follow. Okay. I think I don't want him to just capture this easily. If he were to ever harm here, I will for sure play this one. And I threaten to play outside here. At some point, even just sacrificing the corner. Well, I guess the corner is pretty big at this point, but in some cases, yeah, I guess here there's no good case to sacrifice the corner, probably. I place this, I play this. Place this, I play this. He plays this and I play. Wow, he is doing this. Do I just connect solidly here? I think I connect solidly is the best version because even this I can still play this, then I can extend here. Then I can play this one and threaten this one, and this should still be. This one gives a bit more eye shape. But if white plays here and then plays here, then it connects under anyway. Or he plays here. And if I play extend here, white can first play this one. Oh, and even if he does this and this, I think it's still a sick key. So we would have to start here. He starts there, and I play here, and he extends, I connect. And white plays here, and I play here. Ah, white can play here. White can play this one. Ah, but then I can still play this one. That's still a sickie. Oh, he extends. Okay. He extends instead of capturing. That's also interesting. Now about the corner again. If he extends. Hmm. I guess the extent, no, the extent makes sense because he needs to be stronger towards my 2 stones. If I were to surround now, he can push and cut, then extend. Ooh. And thank you for the follow, Dr. Johnny Goo. Place here, play here, place here, play here. Hane, the corner, still some kind of cove. This. This, cut, connect, extend, jump, attach. But he also doesn't have that many liberties here if he does it this way. Play this. Atari extend. Maybe I can attach here. No. You can have a jump. He plays this one. What's up with these games becoming huge semis? Like every game I play is I think the last 3 or 4 games I streamed became very early on a huge semi. Against Adam in German League, the last Fox game I played where the opponent misclicked, this one, another one that I have in mind that I forget which one it was. Maybe I misremember. This. This connect. This. Oh, actually, if he plays this, I can push here first, then play this one. Then if double Hane, I can Atari. Atari connect. Oh. Yep. A good thing, this is not one of those corner eyes, because I have a stone here. These corner eyes, which have a lot less liberties, are the ones where white has to have access to the 1-1 and 1-2 point. So I have, like, even if this worked, if he could play here and then play here, right now it's still a sickie. And if he, let's say, pushed here and I were to block here, And then he plays here. I shouldn't block, but okay, so he defends that. I was wondering if there was a timing to play this, but anyway. Hmm. Maybe this one, no, the Hane? Because I need to prevent this from becoming ice base. But then if I Hane, he could play the clamp here maybe. Then I would have to play here. If this, I can extend back. Ah, but then he can play here and there's still an eye. But I could also bump in here first. Hmm. If I bump here, I guess he can play here and here for the second eye. Meanwhile, if white were to try to play this now, I think I can counter bump. Then if cut, I can do this run with Atari. White would have to capture. I have free liberties here. If I capture, he can connect. He has 4, but I could wedge. And then win the capturing race on the outside. Dat, dat, dat. Okay, so he does it this way. Can I? Can I do this one now? Maybe just this, and if Atari, I can counter Atari. And I could just capture the 3 stones. Would that be good enough? Or should I could just oh, if I connect though, there's RG with this one. If I extend, white also gets this one, and then can live with this and this. Mm. If I do the extend and white, well, actually, okay, white could counter, but actually I can connect the counter. Oh, that's a thing. Yeah, we could play this, and if white cuts, I can actually play here, and then this one is sent-ish. But I can play this, right? If cut, I can play here. If Atari, I can just connect, and then if white does this, I just capture these 3 stones, and let white run out here, I suppose. So that's an option. Let's do that one. Because if I capture the 3 stones, then the corner moves were, of course, not the best exchange for white. And sure, white can then escape in this direction, but then maybe I can also give up this stone and just fight or just leave it. Um, okay, yeah, so he doesn't want that. Then now I can extend back instead of having to connect, which of course improve my outside shape. If he attached here. What's it? Can he attach here now? Okay, he attaches there though. Okay, if I cut and he cuts and I were to just turn at h6, then white could cut and then extend, and if I connect, I have 4 liberties. Can your group in the corner live locally? That's a question I haven't decided yet because the liberties matter more. I think it's a co in the corner. Uh, yeah, I think it's a co in the corner. That's what I came up with. Unless it might also be. Wait, hang on. This is the. I have no outside liberty yet, so it should be this 1,000-year co thing. Yeah, I think it's a 1,000-year co. Or it's a lot of liberties, like 8 liberties or so, or even more. Hang on, depends. Anyway. But right now it's more important. The weaknesses on the outside are more urgent to figure out than the because if I have enough liberties in the corner anyway, I don't need to be alive if I can surround white. So the problem with the cut around J3 is a bigger issue. So I cut. White cuts, I turn. White Ataris, white extends, and white then turns. I only have 3 liberties, and white has 4. I haven't been streaming that many Tsumego sessions actually, so you have been missing if you didn't see game streams instead of Tsumego streams recently. Hmm. Okay. So if I play this instead, and then we just extend, and then white does play this one. Hang on. This one. and then cuts at Sente. I mean, okay, I could of course just take the outside Punuki kind of shape or the outside strength and give up the cutting stones. And the corner is then pretty big, but no longer urgent in terms of group strength. But even extend. Well, I am not doing Sumego streams that much anymore. Actually, hardly at all. I mostly stream games or maybe some endgame study. But that's also usually second half, like playing against AI then. So I might have the occasional like endgame whole board stream, but if that was the reason, then you can come back. I mean, I know that the Sumego streams never had. The reason I did Sumego streams mainly was because I wanted to have consistency in my Sumego stream solving. That's no longer any problem of mine. So yeah. There were people who enjoyed the Tsumigo streams though, so. Ah, wait, hang on. Okay, if I do this and this and this and this and Atari and this and this and connect. Actually, I could Atari here first. This. Don't distract me now. Not with trolling. This. Atari and extend. Even if extend here, I can Atari here first. Ah, no, but then if this I capture. Alternatively, I can. The ladder is not working for me, huh? Cut on the outside. I block. Might again place an Atari and extend. Hmm. Then these are cutting stones. Connect this. An Atari and connect. Well, joke's on you. You don't like Tsumego streams, and yet this whole stream is just one big Tsumego. Well, I am playing boring. My opponent, however, boring play does not mean boring games, as you can clearly see by the last two streams. There is quite the big difference, yes. Funny enough, someone is in chat with the nickname Misread. Hmm. Does play this cut now. And this is the reason why I started doing four-dan semi Tsumego, because of this kind of game where the opponent just decides to randomly play a move like B2. Uh, I'm still not sure. This is very complicated. If my reading is not off, then yes, white is not very alive. You can always not get surrounded. Well, not if you um not if you have a corner that you want to keep sometimes. I don't think, I mean, of course you can always not get surrounded, but you can always not take a cut. You can always do a lot of things, and then you play super passive and you just win because you then play only 5Q level or something like that. So you can't avoid complications in general. You don't necessarily need to be the initiator all the time, though. That's what's one of the problems for me. What if I play here now? It's your way to avoid Sumego, okay. That's true, Fabian. Um, can I just play E4? And by E, I mean I. If I play this, and white cuts, and we play this, and white does this, and I capture, and white connects, and I can still play the Hane connection here. This one is not sent as I can tell. There's still outside issues though, so. Hmm. So now that I think about it, can I play G6? No, because he can still respond after the Atari, he can just respond, so that does not work. Okay. What if I just connect it here? You can play the Atari here. Also, now that I've no, so if I play the Atari at K3, then white has the squeeze. Yeah, I was thinking about the pawn triangle there, actually. But then he could now, because white could push in first. And then if I block and white plays there, I have four liberties versus white more. Hmm. Hmm. I think legit just connecting here might be the way. Because that also removes some RG with this. And if he pushes in, then I can still play the Atari. And if extend, I can connect. And if cut, I can cut. If he extends, I can still capture this.
Yoyomi now starts.
K17 doesn't exist. K17 is here. Two, three, four. Where to do this? I connect, he cuts. It's fine. I can just empty triangle even, and I have enough liberties here as far as I can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Also, even K3, if you mean this would be the Atari, not the power triangle. So you failed on multiple levels. I'm in Byoyomi now, by the way. But my opponent also only has the. This is literally like my game against Adam. Almost, it's the same corner too. It's also the top left. Or we should say quadrant at this point. It's not corner anyone. No one to the left. Yes, I know what you meant. I knew instantly what you meant. I'm just teasing your inability to even see like the coordinate. Now you got both wrong. So the Atari instead of the knight move. If you play the Atari, you also remove the liberties of these stones here. So I don't think it makes a difference, really. Unless, hang on, if you play the Atari. Oh, wait, if you played the. Hang on. White played this, right? Wait, no, white plays the Atari, then white. No, 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 never mind, never mind. I was. Okay, we cut this. Yeah. We also cut this. I did calculate the outside weaknesses. I'm more worried about some kind of this one and then some kind of Atari and Liberty shortage on the inside though. And connect, he could play this one. And then if I connect, he could say Atari. Ah, but then I throw in. Then I can still play here. Yep.
Nine.
Why not Tiger there? Because that gives me less liberties. The solid connection is more. If anything, I shouldn't have protected like this, but I should have jumped here. Now that I think about it, but I should have jumped here. Right. That would have been better. But I also didn't want to give any weaknesses. I have 5 liberties like this. If you play the tiger mouth, then sometimes you leave this I8 weakness here, this peeping. So the solid connection is best for liberties. Okay. Now I can just play this. And I don't like the art, like if even this, actually, I can just ladder this stone even.
8. 7. 6.
Yeah,
5.
we just ladder this. Yeah, he has to Atari if he wants to accomplish anything here. But the problem with that is I connect here. He extends. He doesn't have a ladder here because of this stone being, right? So now I also can throw in here. Let me get this for time to make some time. Actually, I could also just play G1 and fight the
8.
Ko.
7.
Right, I could even play this, and if he plays Atari, I just capture, and then there's no threat on this board. Should I? Huh. On the other hand, there really is no reason. I have so many liberties on the inside.
9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4.
I think both were viable options. Should I push from behind here? Or maybe Atari ones.
9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4.
Descending? What do you mean by descending? Descending. Okay, but which 2 moves on the board are worth as much as this?
9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4.
I can push one more time and then I just jump here, I suppose. Just so that I don't get surrounded. I played on the second line. What I played on the second? You speak in
9.
riddles.
8. 7.
I even read it correctly. I didn't even see that you said send line, but even second line, I don't even I have no clue what you're talking about. They're worth more than 0. Okay, but if you're 50 points behind, do you really care about 2 10-point moves somewhere? That's my question there.
9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1.
Actually, this push-in is not even center, right? If he had to, okay, yeah, he pushes there, but I'm fine. I'm fine with him making my shape more solid. So this game is literally now about not dying somewhere because White doesn't have any territory so far. White is not even fully alive with this group yet. So, I mean, obviously, if I keep all of this, I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 50 points here alone. And he has this stick and this stick, which is not alive yet. And I didn't even count any points in the corner here or... Okay, sure. I think we just jump here. Let me also make use of my Byo-Yomi. I have 30 seconds per move. There's no need to rush. Let's just be...
9, 8, 7.
Well, that might be a reason you lose sometimes, eh? If you care too much about very small moves when you should be worrying about just winning. Maybe, should I? Yeah, I think I will just play this one. That's an additional 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 7, like additional 34 or so points that I didn't count before. Would I see 50 before? Another 30 something, so I would have 80 points already with this. Okay. I think we take away the outside liberty here. No reason to take away this. Of course, that's if they die, but I mean, how are they not going to die? I extend here, right? I extend to my outside group, even though, okay, the corner. I see. I might. If I jump here, and then with this comes and this comes, maybe I should just protect like
9,
that.
8, 7, 6, 5.
That is centered towards the two. Oh, well, is it actually? Yeah, it is. Okay, so let's protect solidly like this.
Nine.
Need to be a bit careful. Push here, cut here. No, but I could still. He pushes and then he cuts and then plays the Atari. No, but he's. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, he's still. He cuts. Oh, there is a problem
8.
inside there. Ah, maybe I should have just done this and just make it as boring as possible. Hmm. No, okay, but if he cuts, I just play the Atari here. Never mind. Then if this, I can play this still. Yeah. The Hane here, I answer with this Atari here. If that's cut, I capture. And then if this, I Atari. I should again take my time. Hands off the mouse. Even if he lives here, by the way, then he just gets to destroy the 30 points that I counted earlier as the additional 30 points. But my group here is strong because these are still dead, right? All my groups actually, besides this stone, are currently connected through the death of this group.
9, 8, 7, 6.
Mm-hmm. I needed to play there first, maybe. Okay, if I play here and
9,
then this Atari.
8,
Wait, no, white doesn't
7,
need to Atari. White can
6,
just play.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Okay, I play this
1.
Atari. White plays the diagonal in. No, hang on. White plays the diagonal, and if I play the Atari, white just connects. Okay. But then it's still a core for this whole group. Not my best work, though. Yeah, that's why I thought about just capturing these stones earlier, but oh well. Actually, if he plays this one, maybe I just play the Atari from this side. Oh, hang on. Oh, I see. So it's even just captured, huh? No, I guess it's still a core, huh? I play this, he connects.
9, 8, 7.
Fine. The Atari, the single stone, it's not a cutting stone. He just plays N2, and my stones are captured. That's what's wrong with that. Does he have a co-threat, though? Because even this push here is not a threat. Pushing in here could be a threat, I suppose. Throw in? What the fuck are you talking about throw in? Maybe I just capture here. Uh,
9,
I had two
8,
liberties. You
7,
really need to
6, 5,
count liberties.
4, 3, 2.
Count liberties before you speak. Okay. I don't need to fight this, I don't think. Of course you have an excuse. I haven't
9,
dropped any frames
8,
though, so it's not bad.
7, 6.
So these stones here in the middle, like I can block here. Or I could just leave it even.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
You're not. I mean, Byoyomi, not you're not going to make any sense. Like you're not going to help me understand you any better. Sorry about that. You will have to wait for a review of this game. And now I don't even think like what is this? What is this now? Okay. Now I just capture here. I think we just kill the corner group now. Now I'm super strong here. Let's not even that's the boring option, not even giving him the option with the ko. And now my group here also, there's no way that white can ever get something here. I see. White is still claiming that this group has some problems, but let's first make this one, make this iron center here. Okay. Maybe even a bit too safe here because clearly he doesn't have that many liberties. But now my group is just alive. I can just I have a possible two eyes here and I have another eye here. So he counters now because apparently the game is not over yet. I think I want to attach
9,
here.
8, 7, 6.
Yes, I attach. Okay. I still have 4 Byoyomi left. That's nice. And now the top right that I counted earlier is even bigger than it was before, right? I mean, now what do I have? He has like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And that's 66 points, and that's just the captured stones. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have like 90 points here.
9, 8, 7.
Probably closer to 100
6,
if I
5.
count more in the top left too. So essentially white has to make 100 points in this bottom side area, and that seems kind of difficult. Especially because he has the one with the weaker groups. So but I have lost amazing positions, so this game is not over until the
9,
opponent hits resign
8.
or we go to counting. Actually, let me quickly check my opponent. Okay, my opponent never went to counting at least, so we know that he can resign even after 100 moves. Okay, the ladder is not working, so we do extend here. Or do I? I could also just play here. If I extend, what is
9,
happening then
8,
here?
7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Let me spend a
2,
Byoyomi here. If I
1.
extend and white connects here, then I can play the Atari here and then turn here. Then if bump, I can extend. And then the ladder here is not working for white.
9,
So I think I can extend here once. Then Atari here. I mean, white could in theory still play this clamp. Then connect under, then I can throw in and
8,
extend in
7,
center.
6, 5, 4.
This is
3,
one last position that
2,
could be tricky, so let
1.
me spend some time on this,
2 Byoyomis left.
this, clamp, connect, connect, throw in, extend, connect, And I would get a bunch of forcing moves though.
9, 8,
Okay, let's just take the corner then. I originally thought I would play this differently, but actually, do I want to play this Atari even? I think I might not want to, or do I? Uh, nah, not sure. Also, I should then use my time again. I have 2 Biomis left. I now need to make use of all the seconds I can get. If white defends
9,
here,
8,
then I
7,
maybe just jump in or
6,
attach here or
5.
whatever. If white doesn't defend, then I fight here. I push here, for example, in center. Or maybe we don't even fight, but I at least make use of the... Okay, yeah. If I connect here, I have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 liberties. He has 1, 2, 3. And now that I'm alive everywhere, well, I guess not quite in the corner, but yeah. Anyway.
9, 8, 7.
I can push again because the Hane is still center here. And then we just treat these stones light. That being said, maybe I shouldn't have attached in the corner. Maybe the more boring option would have been to just jump here. But again, it's already so boring. Like 1, 2,
9,
3 moves.
8, 7.
He basically, it's
6,
like a 4 move approach
4,
core or something
3.
like that. Unless he can really wedge here and then connect 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I still have 7. Ooh, okay. I guess that's a thing that works. But not. I don't mind that though. That just gives me another forcing move outside. If he extended, I didn't get this. I have
9,
more liberties here
8,
then, but
7, 6.
I mean, technically speaking, this is not 100% center, I suppose. Yeah. Now that's just like white. Okay, white made this exchange. Interesting. I don't, again, I don't need to save these. All I need to do is to just, I don't know, make sure that white doesn't get too much here, I suppose.
9, 8, 7.
Like white can't get
6,
everything on the
5,
bottom side. That would be a little
4.
bit too much. But also white has a weakness here, white has a weakness here, white has a weakness here, white has a weakness here. White has a big problem with these stones. Do I want to play this one or do I think just this one? Even a Ko I don't really necessarily mind. Because it's still nice nice RG for me. Let's play the Ko. And now I can just play whatever here on the bottom side. Think maybe high here. Attach. Yeah, maybe just high here. And if white doesn't answer, I can surround here and wow, okay. Now I can make the Ko even bigger. I should spend my time. Holy crap. Why is it so hard? Should I make use of this as a threat? Just really say, okay, maybe this is the psychological advantage of doing this one would actually be that that I don't get tempted to fight here. Just use this as a
9,
threat.
8.
The good thing is white can't even like okay, white can of course connect the core and finish the core, but then I still got the three outside stones here to help me to help okay. I is it big enough to no, I think it's I shouldn't let him live here. That's really
9,
big. And the core is really light for me anyway, so let's not be silly. This is not 100% a threat, but it does give me a lot of forcing moves after that. Like I can play the Atari and then the Tiger Mouth, it's almost center. Uh-huh. Maybe even well, maybe even attachment here. Hmm.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
But yeah, I mean, I should have no problem to live on the bottom side, right? We just play this, and yeah, he gets to capture this, but again, it's just not enough. Okay, the Hane there makes some sense. We block this, then white connects. Then I might just extend. Or do
9,
I could
8,
play the Tiger Moth. The Tiger Moth is really, really solid. Maybe the Tiger Moth. The Tiger Moth is the most boring option. Let's do that probably. Because bottom right, really, even if white gets everything here, it's really like 50 points. Like another 10 with
9,
these, another 10
8,
here.
7,
So
6,
maybe white has
5,
70 points at most. And as I mentioned, I already have 66 just with the captured stones, let alone all the empty spaces here. Yeah, and white is still trying very hard to now kill me because, well, that's white's best shot, I suppose. Should I Hane here? He could cut, then I extend here, or extend here. Hmm. No, let's not. Let not. The Hane is too
9,
exciting.
8,
Let's just extend. Let's just make eye shape in the in the center here. Wow. Yeah, okay. I mean, obviously, my opponent also knows that um, letting me live would just be a loss here. So, but I can attach here. Can I also counter this stone here? Also, is this one Sente? Is this one is Sente, right? Because if I push here, cut here. That works. This,
9,
this,
8,
this.
7,
No, that doesn't work.
6,
Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nine,
I play this. White plays here, though. I play this. White plays here. I can play. I guess I can play this, and then this one. Wow. So he is really going for the. He's really going for some kind of huge kill, but yeah, that's slightly unrealistic the way this is happening. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either, I suppose.
Eight, 7, 6, 5.
Okay, right now I only have half an eye here, so that is a little bit annoying. The empty triangle there. I think we just push from behind.
9.
Yeah, and then I can play here. And then I can connect to my group here. I can even play this one. Is that a good exchange though? Possibly. Yeah, but now again, I can just play here, and as far as I can tell, there is no way to separate me. And then all the co-argy here is also nothing that I need to worry about. In that regard, maybe the most boring option would have been to play here immediately, but okay, he does that. Right, I'm not tripping here. Yeah, this could have been a bad exchange because of liberties here, actually.
Eight, 7.
No, I still have 3 liberties here, and I also it's not a problem because if I can capture here, then I can't have it. Yeah, so now I'm, as far as I can tell. Hang on, no, he has this one first, right? Hmm. Okay.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This connection here is it sent against this bottom side group though? Huh? Wait, if I extend here, is that not the better option? And if he pushes and cuts, I can capture the stones.
9, 8, 7, 6.
And that of course hurts these outside stones a lot too.
Nine, 8, 7.
Actually, is there something with the ladder here? Atari here? Yeah, of course he does that. Now we connect here. And now, Fabian, we are almost at the at the place that you mentioned.
Yoyomi now starts.
Also, this one is totally sent against these stones. So the Hane here, I can get. Also, there's still this Atari.
9,
Oh, this Atari. And then if he
7,
connects, I can just play
6,
here.
5, 4, 3.
Yeah, so even that one. Hang on a second. If I play this Atari now, and he connects, and I play here, and then he plays here, and I play Atari, that just works, right? Yeah, I can just connect now. Of course, I could play this first, but if I can just connect.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
I think that's the better option. Of course, probably connecting here would have been the better option in terms of like winning points and whatever. Yeah, but this just works. Hey, what is going on? This account has been hanging on by a thread for ever. This is now, my account is at 5-1 since it was 2 losses away from 7 down. Legit, I might save this account from ranking down. That's incredible. Yeah, but anyway, let's quickly hit review. So for those of you who don't use my visualization collection, if white connects, I can Hane here. Of course, white can escape here now, but then I just connect. And I even connect in Senti because I can also play this Atari. Well, if white wants to save these. And actually, even worse, if white does this, then I just kill these anyway. Well, actually, do I? Yes, because even here there is no liberty problem here. But more importantly, if now white were to play this Atari, I can play Atari here. Then I play Atari here, and then just capture these. So I'm connected. So I was correct that I was connected, at least this way. And this is why this push here was actually really bad for white, because it gave me this stone. Though I'm not sure, actually it might have not mattered, because if we go back a couple of moves here, if we do the same variation here, but white didn't push but played this immediately, and I now play this. Now if this happens, and I connect and white plays this, I play the Atari, play this one, play this one, play this one. Oh, of course, play this one, play this one, play this one. Yeah. So that's actually a really nice problem. But yeah, it would the push the push from behind wasn't even like it was bad, but it would have worked either way because of this weakness at D8. Remember when I cut at D8? Yeah, it still has RG. Would E10 do the same as the Atari? E10, 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 E10. I assume you mean in the game. E10. E. The same as the Atari. What do you mean by that? Like, it is threatening to connect, if that's what you mean. Yeah. I mean, it threatens to connect, right? If white now tries to disconnect, then I can still play the same thing here. Like that. But it wasn't, like the exchange was not necessary. It works too, but it still leads to the same variation. That being said, also this Atari would have worked because, no, this Atari would have not worked because yes, this crane's nest works. However, if you do this one, well, I guess you can still just connect. If white does this one now and this one, you cannot connect. But you don't have to capture, you can just connect it well as again here. So I guess in total, what I'm trying to say is it's all the same. Oh no, yeah, and then it's Ataris. But this, oh, it doesn't lose these. It still captures. Yeah, the problem is here I really had so many options. Probably I could have also just connected and killed those. But I really didn't like that white maybe has the option then to start this core for the bottom for the top side. So anyway, anything would have won here. So the moment here was the moment I mean, where's the moment? The moment I killed this, the game was over. But the moment I got this core here, these moves, these two moves here for 3, um, because essentially I got like white to spend a move in the corner here, and I got outside stones for it. Um, this was like the point of no return. White realized at this point white has to kill. Actually, white might have even have to play here immediately, but I guess the extent makes some sense first. But here maybe now white already had to do something here, but you know, it's just white has too many problems. Like if you look at this, white oh, can I do this? Ah, now I can do this. Nope. Okay. White has a weakness here between these. White has a weakness here. White even has weaknesses here. White has these two stones which are weak. White still has this problem here. Again, this stone still has some RG. And I'm super strong because everything on the top side is dead. So was it the best time management? Hard to say because the game was over after the first Semi essentially. Now, what I wanted to look at for a quick second here is that at this point here, um, I really do wonder if it was just better, maybe even to Atari and Atari and I hate when that happens. Atari and do this, and then just play this. Ah, but then white has this. No, white doesn't have this, right? If white ever wants to play whatever, the problem is that white doesn't have any outside threats because all outside threats are finished with the capture. So maybe that would have been the safest way, the most boring way, to just save that and just let white have 2 moves in a row. So, like even if white does this, maybe then just capture here, let white do this, and just say, well, the top now is what I don't know, like 50 points. No, 50, not 5 times 10, 5 times 19. So like I don't know, 100 points. And you have, and I'm super strong. I had not only have the points, you didn't squeeze me. Sometimes 100 points can be too little if the opponent gets to squeeze you on the outside. But here, black is even stronger on the outside. So if I think in terms of making the game more boring, maybe I really should have just finished the core here immediately instead of capturing these 2 stones. Because this led to all this trouble with the liberty shortages here. Now, uh, especially Beros, but anyone in chat who had questions during my Bioyomi time, essentially. Now is the time to re-ask these questions. I can give you movement numbers if you want, or something, or just the general what I played. In the meantime, let me download this game. This was Fox 8 down number 14, and it's the 24th. Maybe I should also start. Oh, but sometimes the names are just Chinese characters, so. I don't know. Also, this game did last quite well. When did I start? I think I started like 1.5 hours or so ago, I guess. Okay. Let me quickly switch to Would top left corner find life if white were to live? Yes, the top left is actually a pretty famous shape. Do you know the long L shape? Does that ring a bell to you? Okay, so to just quickly put it on the board, the long L shape is the L shape but in long. I know, right? Amazing. It's this one. Let's put white outside moves here. So this one is um, a classic problem. This is one to know for sure when approaching down level. So white plays here, black plays this, white plays this. Black has to play here to not give white the move, because if you don't play here, white just kills you. So black plays here, white plays here, black extends, white captures, and you connect. Now, if white were to connect, it's a Seki. But in order for white to fight this ko, white has to take away the outside liberty here, the outside liberty here, and the inside liberty, because it becomes a direct ko. Hence, why it's called like a 1,000-year ko or 10,000-year ko, whatever you prefer. Because white has to approach. It's basically a large like an approach ko with a lot of approaches to make. And if you now look at this position here, if you look at this, and now you compare this with the game, then here at this point here, maybe even with this one, if white ever wants to do something, white has to play here. Now if black blocks, this is again the dead shape. So black would have to play here, then white plays here, and then black blocks here. And then we have this exact shape. However, here it's even worse for white, because black gets to keep black. Okay, well, because white would have to connect here first, I suppose. No, it's not worse. No. That's not true. So here white connects, and now white has to. It's a 1-point approach ko. So here it's not a 1,000-year ko per se, because you don't have the outside liberties anymore. But white still has to spend a move inside, and then also win the ko next. But yeah. So it's not alive. And if white does this first, though, then black plays here. And now this is a classic Seki. Actually, a student of mine just yesterday or the day before showed me this Seki, because he learned this and he was thought it was really interesting and wanted to share it. But yeah, and if white does this, it's still a Seki. So white has to start from the outside. Now, sometimes if you have an outside liberty, you can play this and then this, but here white just connects and you don't have the outside liberty to squeeze here. So this would have been the, and here you can see, it looks like this shape here looks very unusual, especially because white plays b18. Though I guess in some life and death, this is not an unusual move. But it reverts to that kind of shape. And if we look at this, I mean, I could have played here and then here. And then white pushes in. And then this is still... this is actually... Hang on, this is actually alive. No, white captures here. So it's not a double ko. But if white were to capture, now you can throw in here. Now it's still not a double ko, because white can connect. Never mind. Don't mind me. Yeah, so then it would be a ko. So because this would be a direct ko, but this one would be either this L shape, or just if white insists on trying. Well, it would just be the L shape. So this one is better, I think. Yeah, and going back here, I mean, to the extent what was said earlier, just don't get surrounded. I could answer here one more time. I could do that. And maybe I should if I want to make the game more boring. Um, but there's some lines I don't want to cross if I think I can handle these situations, I suppose. But yeah, maybe I need to be even more boring. And yeah, then this was just B18 was just what the fuck. I think actually white could have cut here though. I was a little bit careless here because after this and this, now if I go from the outside, white can go here. Ah, can white? Actually, I can play here and here. And but then the problem is white can now capture these two stone. No, white can actually, yeah. White could, hang on, white could connect and then this. And now white could play here. Yeah, and then white just wins, right? So exactly, yeah, yeah. They can decide if the corner co is worth it enough, and you decide that by the value of the co um, di divided by I think like times 2/3 or something like that. I still have to figure that out. um, but because it's a co where white has to approach first, it's actually not that as even though the co might be about 30 points swing, white still has to spend 3 moves. Right? White has to spend the initial Atari and then has to win the ko and has to I guess maybe 2 moves plus ignoring a ko threat. So white Atari is no, I guess just the Atari and ignoring a ko threat. But still, white has to spend 2 additional moves to win this, while black can live with a few points anytime with 1 move. So black is closer to life than white to killing. So then the value is already it's already probably the value if black lives, maybe the value is like plus black plus 15, and as is the value is maybe black plus 5. Anyway. I do think white could have cut here. I was actually a little bit afraid and would have maybe then have to answer here, and then white captures. Oh, actually, no, hang on. I, of course, need to complete it. So here, after this and this, then I would have to block here instead, or maybe throw in once or whatever, and then block here. But then white can play something here. And that looks... this looks like not that many liberties, even if I throw in here and then go here and here. I guess this would work, huh? So white can't play this. White has to connect here after 10. Then after this, white can still play this. Then this cut is a problem, so maybe black has to play even this one. Then white does this one, threatening. It's very complicated. Let's just say I'm glad that white didn't ask me this question. Here I was very happy to just connect. And here I was thinking about just playing this. It's not necessary center though, but let's say white did play here, and I have this cut already. Then I wonder if I play away. Let's say white does this and this. Then I think this is alive now. Like that. So even if you play this Atari and then play here, at worst it's a Seki like so. So you still have to connect here, and then this one is Sente. And then you can always capture here, and then it's the Seki shape again. Anyway, that would have been one option. Maybe the more boring option would have been to play D8. Also, D18 feels so bad if you don't need to play it. It was an annoying move, but I still feel I could handle it. I mean, the game says I was correct because I could handle it, but of course I also needed a lot of time to handle it. Yeah, the extent here was actually pretty nice. I do also wonder what if white now had just pushed and cut here. Then if white extends here and I jump, and then white plays this one, and I push, and then Hane and double Hane. Tari Atari. I guess this one is not Sente. Yeah, but then I guess white also doesn't have that many. Even if I just play this, let's say just this, and push in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6 liberties. That's more than black has for sure. So I was most afraid of white just exploiting these weaknesses here, or maybe I then already needed to play here. Yeah, but okay, let's just say I was happy that here white gave me this extra strength here so that I could play here. Being said, at this point here, I really don't know. What if white did this now? I think this would have been the biggest issue, because if I have to play this one, and then white cuts here, now it's not so simple. I guess here I can just capture, huh? So white has to play this first and then cut. Then I have to... I think I have to empty triangle this. Then white can push here again and push here too. Then white can play Atari. I suppose the situation is still the same. Right, if white now does this and does this, I just play this and let the Atari happen. White connects, you throw in here. No, but this is problematic. You have to connect here, and then white cannot play here yet because you can still play this one. Ah, but can you? At this point here, this ladder is working. Yeah, I think this should have fallen apart here at some point, maybe. Guess you could still play this throw in here. Then I guess, no, but I can play here and make it not a ko. Maybe yeah, you can, no, but then white plays here. Then locally it becomes a sticky, but white can get this one. Oof. Yeah, some unresolved issues here, so I feel like maybe this was overdoing it. But as soon as white cut here and I got to play here, and white didn't get to cut me here, I think then the game was good for me. Before it might have been actually better for white. This is really thin, the outside. Or then I didn't need, I couldn't play this way. Oh, I needed to sacrifice something. Yeah, but I think after this, we are back to the situation here where I think maybe I needed to play this one now. And here too, I was thinking about this one, and then just capture this one in the ladder. But that also destroys my corner, so I think this was fine. Yeah, and then all this happened. And maybe here actually I should just capture here. And then let white live in Gote. And then we just continue down the outside. I mean, these are still weak, or maybe just even make a base very, very solid, or maybe something a bit more adventurous here with this one, like some pressure on this corner. Maybe, or even just this, and then pressure on this corner next, or white defense. Yeah. But okay, I got this, and then white could have played the ko here. On the other hand, what does white have as ko threats here? This is not a ko threat. Is this a threat? I capture, white plays here. That's a threat, huh? Ah, but it's not a threat because I can still play this one. And even if white does this, I mean, I can even just leave it at this point. I still have 3 liberties. White don't have to play another approach move and then I capture. And at this point, my corner is still some kind of ko. This is already dead. Because it's only about these stones and the corner ko. It's not small, this ko, but yeah, it's just that black is also really so solid everywhere. It's even hard for white to find a ko threat. And yeah. And here maybe even here, but finishing the ko, I mean, has to be really, maybe here this one was a bit too careful. Maybe here I should just make a base and not give white the initiative. Same could be said about this. Maybe I should play here instead of here, right? I played this. Oh, no, I should play here, and it's still white really doesn't have any co threats. So, and even if white wins the co, white took away my corner, but in the meantime, I probably get something huge on the outside. Maybe I capture these stone. Like, let's say white plays this, we capture. White finds some co-threat. I don't know. Let's say threatens to live, and I insist on killing, and white captures. And now I play some move here, and white captures, and I play some move here. Even just capturing this should be more than good enough. Let's see what AI thinks about this position. Only black plus 30. It's the last move. No, probably this one is bad. Yeah. Oh, no, it's good. Okay. No. Never mind then. And it should be at this point here. Aha. Okay, so, but then my capture was actually good and I'm 60 points ahead. Okay. Yeah, the rest of the game, I don't think we have to review that much. Maybe some interesting moments about some life and death with my bottom group, or how to handle it maybe with even more calm. So let's quickly check. Pushing from behind here. It is minus 1.7 though, so not okay, but you should push and cut probably. Yeah, all right. Because it's just centered to push and cut. And then you can extend here in center, where it has to protect these stones. And now you can just leave it because you already managed to exploit the cut in center. And now white already had to spend moves here. But you can continue to fight here and threaten this group here. And if white defends passively like this, yeah, then you just defend your corner. And if white slides in the corner, then you can counterattack on the outside. Okay, let's assume that white continues here. Yeah, if white does this, then you can for sure exploit the outside. If white tries too hard here, can even play this one now. Yeah. Okay, but approaching the corner also not bad. Yeah, taking the cut immediately would have been actually not that bad, -1. But it was better to. Yeah, the jump is a bit more solid. Okay, this was fine. Oh, this is only -2. But you can see, like B17, I mentioned, right? It makes sense because here this is somewhat of a shape point, like this tiger moth thing, but you still cut on the outside. Okay, so. Aha! So my move was actually, okay, if you cut here now, then white ignores, or could play here now. And then you still play this one, I suppose? Yeah. If you were to just defend in the corner, that's -4 points, because white also gets this one. And now the cut here, there's the ko that white can take in center, so this is the counter here. And then if white does this, you can play here. Okay. You can play this one and then Hane. Right, that was also what I was seeing earlier. The Hane Connect doesn't work because you can just play here. You still have 3 liberties versus 3 here. White can connect under and center. But congratulations, that still sucks for white. But here it only says black +3, so no, black +11. So it's just, yeah, it just works. I don't trust low playout AA with this variation though, so I will have to review that on my own a little bit later. Okay, and the cut also was the timing. Play this one first. Oh, and then this one is more center still against the outside, and if white defends. Yeah, but now this is really complicated. Not sure I like this. Okay, the push was also now just -1, but this is -2. Ah, just extend here. Just make this one in center. That makes sense. And then you can even Tenuki. Because the corner still has... I guess the corner at this point is still... Yeah, the corner now is still the same. But even here, actually, it's not center. Blake could just ignore this. So, but the corner has still the same shape, but with one outside liberty. Yeah, okay, that makes sense to not push here, but to just play this one immediately. Or play this one immediately? -1, 2, okay. Huh. Both -1, 2. I'm not sure I 100% understand this. I do understand that this push compared to just extending here is worse, though. Then this extend was better, huh? Okay. But yeah, this indeed, this position was white +3. But then white shouldn't push here. White should play this immediately. And then it's back to equal again. White found this. That was pretty impressive. Yeah, and then this one. If I now just defend in the corner, is this a 3-point mistake? Or even if I defend like this, that would be only 2 points because it's more solid. Yeah, okay. Would have been fine, but yeah. What happens here now? Oh, wait. Okay, you do peep here first, then you jump. Okay, sure, white can always get this first. And then this. This. Just Hane. Push again. Really? Ah, the cut doesn't work. Oh, right. I didn't think that far, am I? I didn't think that far. Right, okay. Probably once we come to this position in game, I think about this cut. Because I did see that this one is not enough to threaten this. But if white cuts, then white loses this liberty here, and then obviously this is enough. This is just as game over as the game, even more so. Then white harness, then you can play the Atari here, the cut here. White can still not cut here. White Ataris. Oh, then cuts but doesn't connect. I see. Capture, extend. Ah, then you still have this Atari here and the Hane here. And now there is also some way, some move here sent like this one now. No, hang on, this way. Ah, the ladder doesn't work for white either. Or actually, yeah, the ladder doesn't work for white, so the net is the best, and then you can just capture these. But no need to if you can just. Well, do you want to allow the squeeze? I guess it's a squeeze either way, right? It's okay. So you allow the squeeze. But yeah, then white still needs to on this way. Then still white needs to fight this ko. And that's a really horrible ko because white has to capture, connect, and then Atari before this turns into real ko. Because if white connects here, then you don't have to capture, but just to demonstrate, then you have 7 liberties inside plus 1, 2, 3 approach liberties. So black has 10 liberties, and clearly white does not have 10 liberties with this group. Like 6 liberties for white here. Okay, so that was working. I wasn't sure about this. So here the game was still equal, actually, surprisingly. I think it might have been, yeah, here, the bump was better. So the Hane was a bit too much. This, and then Hane here. Or push in here first, and then Hane here, and then do this. And then just connect. And I suppose white is already alive. Right, black has to play this, and it's not even center yet. White playing here is not center because if white now pushes in, you can throw in here. And white capturing is just this, and of course white connecting here is just alive. And if white instead captures the core, then you can still play this, and it's still this approach. Cool. Which now is not related to any weak or strong groups because white's group is alive and black's group on the outside is pretty strong. So that would have been the equal variation. However, I Haned here, that was a bit too much. White did have this. I was most worried about this. And then I would have done this. But then white does have this one, yeah. That would have been bad. Okay, so where I played this and white answered with this, and then I played this, and white did need to. White was the one insisting too much. I offered white the chance to counter Atari here now and then to oh yeah, it's not just to escape. Hang on. I didn't offer anything. It was just working for white this way, huh? Or was it? It's just too complicated. Too complicated for just 50 playouts. But yeah, the way I got this was too good for me. And yeah, then the cut here. Yeah, the cut here would have been a blunder because of this. I do wonder here though. White still had this one. But hang on. Here it still works because, oh yeah, I see. Because now you connect here. Similar to the game, right? You just connect, then white does this. Then you do this, and Atari and Atari. 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 Honey. Oh. Throw in. Atari. Atari. And then I think this whole thing capture. And now this is the kind of squeeze that you could get. If you play this, white just harness here. Oh, or you do this, but white. Yeah, now it's white's turn to have all the co-threads. Yeah, there was some problem here, but as soon as this is a big blunder, but then it goes back to only black +3. Yeah, here you can see white had to play this. If white finds this, it's still a game. In fact, it should revert back to the same variation here. And then it is, or what is the problem here? Yeah. The problem is that AI can't read this out. Yeah, this was the only choice. White only had this. Even the pushing here should not do much. Yeah, but because white just cut here and I got to play, when I got H15, I was very relieved. And now we know why, because I was correct to worry about this, this attachment here. Okay, and white still should play the Atari here though. And still has +8 something. Then white still has this one. But now I can connect on the outside or extend. Okay, anyway. Yeah, latest at this point here when white did this. Okay, the throw-in is apparently bad? Why the fuck is the throw-in bad? Someone has to explain this to me. No, it's just. How about this one now? What does AI think about this one? No, it's -3 points. But this one instead, and this one, and this one. Uh-huh. I don't know. I guess my choice in the game was best after all. And then at this point here, it was just black +40. There's a little bit of a dip here around move 100, so let's see what happened there. Ah, jump instead. Actually, that makes sense because white always had this in center. So treating 017 light, that makes a lot of sense. Ah, wrong direction after all. Yeah, okay. I guess I was a bit too worried about my outside group here. If white now just plays this, I can simply play here. Yeah, I needed to be more worried about my archie here. So this one makes sense that this blunder I can understand, yeah. In the game already I wasn't super sure here. R16 was more of an instinct, but I guess I was a bit too worried for my outside, which doesn't make any sense because these are already captured. Maybe for a second I forgot that these are already captured. Ah, and then this was the shape point. Hang on, what happens here? Ah, because here white cannot. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I should have just played the shape point here, and if this one I can just connect here. Yeah, okay. I saw ghosts here with this Atari and white still already having something here. So I saw an 18 was my first instinct. Now once again I know why. Okay, and then I should play here. I suppose because on the outside, you can, right, you have this anyway. Oh, what push? Push. And if you cut here, and you just allow white to capture the two stones. Okay. All right. Yeah, and here you can just capture here, and then white does have something here. And then we have this ko again. Okay. But a ko once again, where white really doesn't have any ko threats. Now more than, even less so. Wow, this one. That is a threat. I was wrong. Oh boy. Oh, wow, okay, this is a threat. This as a threat. And if white now captures, you can recapture. And black still has this one to make life with this group. Okay, curious. Anyway, I defended here, allowed this to happen. This was fine. This was all fine. And if now this, white can play here. Oh. Oh, I didn't see that one. Ah. Ah, that hurts a little bit, right? Okay. Right, but okay, there's still some. No, hang on, hang on. Maybe not. Yeah, because no, okay, no. There were still some problems here. Um, I don't know. I think this is too low playouts to judge this. Yeah, and white could have actually have just played here and just capture these stones because if now this one, white can extend here and then these are captured. In fact, white doesn't need to play here yet because white still has Miai between this and this. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and here again, if I just play this, white plays here, so and that doesn't work. However, whatever Beerus was seeing there earlier. And this Atari also doesn't work because white just connects here and then it's a snapback. Of Atari instead of the knights. Oh, yeah. True. Uh, but either way, it's a tricky situation now for white already. Okay, so that was the dip because I twice I went from the wrong direction. Once was I should have extended into the corner instead of the outside because the corner had more RG than the outside, especially because these stones are already super strong. And maybe also this one similar thought. So I might just block only one of those two. But yeah, and then after that though, this is blue, but it loses five, like 6, 7 point. Now it's only black plus 18, but now this is black to maybe not. Yeah, again, 50 players is not enough to judge this game at all. Yeah, okay. And here, yeah, just capturing all the time. I knew that capturing was probably better, but this was the more boring option to just play here. And if white wants to fight the ko, white may. Hang on, what happened here? Oh, if white. Ah, no, white doesn't need to fight. Hang on, what did I think? White doesn't need to fight the ko. White can live with this one being sent and then. Okay, white can live. But then I am super solid here, super solid here. Also boring. But okay, I mean, he answered a couple of times here. And then I finally took here to kill this group. And then after that. No, here now I captured. Yeah, then this was a bit too passive. Yeah. Not, this is no longer boring. This is actually kind of careless because it made the bottom side more potential for white. So this was too passive. This wasn't the boring option, the solid boring option. This was the passive option, which I don't want to play. What does I think about this one? Minus 1.5. Yeah, I was calculating this. Oh, cut here though. I extend. I just play this. Oh, but now no, now white has this. And I have this. And then white can do this and I connect. I still have 6 liberties. Ah. And I could capture here even. So when AI really wants this to be the case, but literally now we just finish this. We don't even let white live here yet. Then just calmly, no, we play some coverts here, but even this one calmly taking this. And then after white does this again, we capture and white does this. We capture here. Apparently that's a 5 point loss, but the way now that black is so strong here, it's even more game over than leading by 60 points. There's some kind of 30-point leads that are more over than 60-point leads. But yeah, okay, taking the corner was okay. If white had defended here now, yeah, then indeed the jump would have been best. Okay, so white did what white could best here. Connect was actually fine. Oh, and then I was thinking about this one. We both shouldn't have played here. White shouldn't have started the co-ed to begin with. All of these will be like, what is the performance report? Like 32 to, well, okay. 33 to 69%, nice. But it's a lot of blunders and mistakes because when you are so far ahead or so far behind, It's almost impossible to play clean after that. Because the opponent is going to play a lot of desperate things, and then you don't want to let the opponent get traction with the desperate things. Yeah, and then connecting the Ko also not good. Yeah, this is too much. The Hane was possible, okay. Maybe extend up, and then if white does this though, I have to protect. Right. Okay, and then if white jumps. But this is exciting again. I didn't want exciting, so I just extended, even though I knew that Hane might be the better choice. Here I'm 50 points ahead. Literally, my only goal here is to not die with this group, and I'm so far ahead. And we both knew this, so. Yeah, maybe, indeed, if I played here now, if I just connected even here, then now I can just connect up to my group here. Right, because I can Atari here and then just net this. Oh, that's a blunder. Ah, it's not connected this way. I see. Then I need another move. This one after all. Okay, so and then here can I play Atari? And then we just finish. Either way, that would have been an option here. And if white now defends here instead to not let me connect, now I can even just capture here. So this. Ooh, even connecting there. Yeah, but this, I mean, this was. Oh! Just, I guess I can just let go of these stones and then capture here. Makes sense. But we knew that we are not going to play ideal here because, well, white can't play ideal and I don't want to. Oh, I could even jump here. Anyway, I got this and then I got to connect here. Oh, and then this one was actually not even like a loss. I could play here, but then white gets the center against this. So yeah, then I played here and this was fine. Alrighty then. Yeah, I will have to review like especially the first, let's say 60 or so moves. Actually even here. Maybe at this point, Atari here. And then this one. But then even if white does this, you can throw in and play here and there's nothing here, so. Funny enough, at this point, if white now just does this, and we just jump here, it's only black. It's only black plus 23. It's actually 23.4. It's actually exactly the same value, I think, as in the game against Adam in the German League game. But yeah, again, at this point here, I think as soon as white did this one, up to this point, I need to review this with like 100,000 playouts or something like this to get a full picture. But after that, I think the game is. Is there a hint how to avoid end up in Seki? You will have to be a bit more specific. You mean in general or in a specific situation? Otherwise, I don't really know how to answer that question. No, I know what you mean by hint. It's not about the wording. It's about what kind are you talking, or maybe the right? What is your question? Essentially. Mm. And I think my main confusion is here, why do you want to avoid Seki? Like in a lot of situations, Seki, when you are like in a life and death situation, Seki might be really good. You want to find the Seki. Okay, let me know. um, in one of the another stream because now uh, I will end the stream with this one. Oh, Telegraph Go is streaming after a long time again. But let's I don't get to raid Miku enough times, so let's do that. We can't stream on Wednesday afternoon and not raid Miku, you know. That's just not possible. So yeah. Why end stream? We have time. Because I still want to go for a run in the sun. That's why. And I won't do in real life streams yet. Um, so yeah, thanks for watching again. Talk to you soon. I will be. I plan to stream another Hox game tomorrow.